Welcome to You Know Something with Dena
Hey, look, I'm just here to entertain, inform, and keep this crazy train on track.
and Tia.
Me, unlike your live wire that is liable to go shoo.
They're like your cool aunts.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Fun,
I can't believe you even brought that up. That is so fun.
informative,
It's impossible to dust potpourris.
You can't.
sometimes serious.
Dena, sweet child. I am almost stunned. I mean, I'm being really serious.
But most of the time, not so much.
A caca. I mean, you're caca and you're caca. No. I'm sorry.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Ladies, let's go.
Hello, welcome to You Know Something with Dena and Tia. I'm Dena.
And I'm Tia, and today is July 24th, 2024.
Yes, it is, Tia. And you know, Tia, normally on You Know Something, I pick a topic. You don't know what it is. I surprise you with it. And then you just have so many wonderful things to say, interesting things to say. And sometimes, occasionally, you pick a topic. And sometimes it's a theme, so you know what the theme is. So we discuss the theme, and then I go back and edit the show and come up with a name for the episode. And sometimes it's hard to come up with a name for the episode. I try to be a little creative.
You're extremely creative.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't fishing for compliments, but I appreciate it.
No, but you really, really are.
Thank you. But today, Tia, I was inspired by something that I saw. So I knew, I want to name an episode this and then write the show around what I saw. So I'm going to tell you the name of the episode and you tell me what you think it's going to be about.
Okay, if it's cat dog, I'm out of here.
Yeah, this Sunday we'll talk about a little bit about cat dog. If you don't know what cat dog is, go back and listen to some Giggles and Gratitude episodes. That's a little teaser. Okay, the name of this episode is going to be Stay Cool.
Stay cool.
Mm-hmm. What do you think it might be about?
Is it about climate change? I think.
You know I'm not going there.
Okay.
Global warming.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just breathe right
you
now.
know
I'm
me,
just
right?
like, I'm so happy I don't have to talk about climate change. Okay,
That's a
okay,
good
stay
though.
cool. You need me to go my age or younger? There's a big difference.
Oh, to know what it's about, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, whatever you want. It's your guess.
Okay, stay cool, like stay hip, stay in. You don't have to conform to like what society says you have to be. You can just be who you are.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's a good way to look at Stay Cool, but it's exactly the opposite.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm going to tell you things that are going to be trending in fall of 2024 into 2025. Fashion, hair, music, and we'll end with slang, the new slang, so we can stay cool.
Okay, well, could I just tell you what I was going to say in my older self?
What? Oh, yes.
I thought it was going to be about hot flashes.
There's so many possibilities.
See? And all you had to do is say two words, stay cool. And I've given you an array of things to talk about.
This is all our future episodes.
Oh, boy.
What I saw was a meme that said, to all those who signed my high school annual, stay cool. I've got some terrible news for you. Because I did not stay cool. I thought, let's be cool. Let's try to be cool. Now, how important is it to you to stay up with the times and the culture and, be yourself, but be aware of the new things? Is that important to you?
In some aspects, it is. Well, I watch Entertainment Tonight and Inside Edition. Those are my little trashy yum shows.
Guilty pleasures.
Yeah, guilty pleasures. They are. I love seeing new fashions. I love seeing new trends because, it's like you turn around and they've got something new coming out and you're like, oh, I thought I just bought that, like, I don't know, a month ago. And now it's already replaced with something else.
Yeah.
So, I do think it's important.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think it's good to be aware of what's going on around you. You still be yourself, but you don't want, like, mold and spider webs growing on you. You want to keep up.
I don't think anybody would want mold growing on them or have, I don't know, spiders around them ever.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with fashion. I'll tell you the trend, and you tell me, maybe you already have it in your closet. You know how trends kind of come back around. Or maybe it's something you'd never do. You don't care if it's cool or not. Or it's something you've already done and didn't even realize how cool you were. That kind of thing. So we're talking about fall and winter.
Okay.
24, 25. Leopard print.
Leopard print? Mm-hmm. Oh, I've done that a lot. Long way back. Yeah. However, now I do have a scarf. It's a furry scarf that I wear in the winter that's leopard print, and I'll never get rid of it. Only because it's just, it feels so good, and I love it. I don't care if leopard print's in or out. Doesn't
I agree.
matter.
I feel like leopard print's almost a classic by now. It's always acceptable, especially if it's just a little pop of one piece with like all black or winter white. I think it's if you wear leopard shoes, leopard jacket, leopard scarf, and leopard earrings. That maybe
that's too much leopard.
And it's really, I don't think of it much as for spring, summer, warm weather. It's like some reason we want to pretend we're animals in the fall and the winter. We're not in the spring.
No one is pretending they're an animal. Well, I knew you were going to say something like that.
But I think it's always acceptable. It's always a classic. But maybe not so much in the summer unless it's like a bikini.
And I have so many of those.
Leopard bikinis.
Mm-hmm, not.
Thongs.
Not.
I always feel like leopard is a little sexy, a little chic. And, I used to think of it as kind of like an elderly thing when I was younger.
Well, I like pajamas. Like
yes,
leopard silk pajamas.
Yes, I have some of those.
I do too.
Yeah, I bet they're the same. I like any kind of animal print, like cheetah print, zebra stripe, in small doses.
Just not bear print.
Ooh, what would bear print look like?
It would scare you to death, so we are not going to talk about it.
I guess it'd just be brown and smelly. I always feel a little frisky when I wear leopard.
You feel frisky?
I feel a little frisky.
Oh, well, jump back.
All right, 60s. Fashion from decades past comes and goes, and this season it will be back in the 60s. I think last year we kind of got into the 80s vibe with clothes, and we've seen the 70s, the high-rise, the bell-bottoms. And 60s and 70s kind of blend together. The early 60s are a totally different world than the late 60s, if you think about fashion. Early 60s were still kind of buttoned up and everything. Then the late 60s kind of was, the hippie influence, the mod influence kind of thing. So this will be the later 60s with the mod, like think of Twiggy, Diana Ross, and then even Jackie Kennedy with her, if you're going to go do something formal, the suits and things like that. So I'm always into the 60s.
Wait a minute, suits are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Now, we have to suspend disbelief that we wear anything but athletic wear. Our uniforms.
Gee, thanks
Yeah,
for saying that.
Let's be transparent. It just makes sense. To wake up, put on your, what do you call what you wear? Like just athletic wear, athleisure?
Leggings and a sports bra and a little jacket.
Yeah.
Or a shirt that goes over it.
Athletic shoes. It goes from day to night. You go to the grocery store. Sometimes whatever I'm wearing, I'll just change the top, put on a comfy pajama shirt, and keep on the leggings and sleep in that. You know, it's like a.
Oh,
Maybe I
you
shouldn't say.
really will sleep in your leggings?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I can't be bound.
Yeah, you get hot at night.
Oh,
Yeah, so you have to wear a little.
Sophie shorts.
Well, but if we were going to get dressed in something
Okay.
else,
Ooh, this is almost like fantasy world. Okay. If we were.
yeah, if we had a 9-to-5 real job, that kind of thing, this is what we might want to wear. Boots. I mean, I always think of knee-high boots in the winter. You know, the leather boots. Those are always fun. I have some that are flat on the bottom, you know, that I'd put up over tight jeans. And then I have kind of the more slouchy ones. How are you? Are you a boot girl?
You've seen my closet. I have thigh-high boots, knee-high boots, cowboy boots, short boots, ankle boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
So
boots.
the answer is yes.
It is.
Yeah, boots are fun.
Boots are real fun.
You know, I look forward to summer, but fall and winter clothes are really more fun to put together. I think, you know, the different layers you can wear and
With
fun to
our
bundle
with
up.
our athletic wear.
I
mean,
we're pretending. We're pretending.
Because in the winter, I'll wear the same thing that I'll wear in the summer, only I'll put on some really furry lace-up boots.
Okay, that's the only change.
That's it.
For people out there listening that actually go out into the world and work and party and, you know, do things.
And have a life.
We're talking to you.
Yes.
Here's what you should wear.
We're just living vicariously through you.
Yes, exactly. Western wear. Beyonce has superpowers. With her new country album release, she has single-handedly pulled us into our cowboy era. And thank the fashion gods, we have something to show for it. Take out all your fringe and cowboy boots because Western dressing is here to stay. What do you think about that?
Hello. What did I just say? I don't know, 15 pairs of cowboy boots. Of course, they have sparkles on them.
Of course.
And if they don't, then I put the ankle chain on them that
Has
have the sparkles.
Of course.
Of
So you're
course.
into that too. I used to have a fringe. It was a black suede coat. And of course, because they're being correct here, they're saying faux leather, faux suede, that kind of thing, which you can find. And it's even more durable, I think, the pleather. And I have no problem with that. But I had a black, it was a real suede jacket years ago that had, you know, all the fringe hanging off the arms that I would wear with jeans. I don't know that I would have the nerve to wear something like that again. I don't know.
Why?
Maybe if we were going to a concert or something.
Oh,
I don't know. It's such a statement.
what if we were going to walk if it's cold?
I don't think I'd wear my fringe jacket.
I think you look awesome walking around in your fringes just swaying as you're walking.
Maybe.
See, Reba wears a lot of those kind of jackets.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
The
if you're
Voice.
a country music star, that's
Well, I
good.
don't think you've got to be a country music star.
Yeah, we're Southern girls. If you're going to Nashville for the weekend, that would be a fun thing
No,
to
if I'm staying home, I can wear cowboy boots,
Yeah, I'm talking about like a big fringe
jacket.
jacket that like slaps people in the face when you're walking down.
I don't own one, but I
don't
might
either anymore.
borrow yours.
You can have it. Okay, and speaking of jackets and blazers, cropped is going to be in this year. Like if you're wearing slacks and a blouse and you want to put a blazer on, it would hit you like just at your rib cage.
Right, and I think that is so attractive for women that have bellies, and their Spanx can't like hold it in.
Yeah.
Crop is not their friend.
Yeah, crop is not the answer for certain body types. I mean, rock it if you want to, but it does
Yes.
accentuate your waist. So if it's a great waist you're proud of, that's good. If you maybe not your best feature, you may not want to go for the crop look. It's up to you.
Right.
But I personally am going to skip the crops this year, I think.
I'm skipping the crops.
And also little puffer jackets are still around, which I like a cute little puffer jacket, not like Michelin Man.
Yeah, I'm not never been.
Really? What is it, like the sound when you walk? The
I've just never been drawn to them. Now, MC Hammer pants, I loved. Those are puffer pants.
Yeah,
kinda.
they were.
But those are comfortable. I don't, so thank you.
I've seen a lot of people wearing the big leg pants. I don't know if they'll be in these trends for next year, but really, really wide leg pants with a little waist, and then they're wearing a tighter top. So you've got that silhouette of a big
I'm
leg.
talking about they fit you around the waist and then they hug your ankles.
Oh, the
and then-
ankle. You still have some of those?
Oh, no, I just got them, like, I don't know, last year. I love them. They're comfortable.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, you are. I saw that you gave me the side eye.
I did.
You did.
Listen to our eye episode a couple weeks ago if you want to know where the side eye comes from. All right, so I think we can get down with some of those. We got down with most of them, right?
Yes.
Maybe we're cooler than we think we are.
Well, no, we're just living like, yeah, that would be cool. We'd do that, but we actually have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think some of what's in my closet has been there for decades, so it just comes back around eventually. So, a description of fall 2024 and 25 in this article that I read, and I'll have links to where all my sources are in the show notes. Warm and thick fabrics, including duck. I'm not sure what duck, is that duck cloth, I guess. You don't wear an actual duck around your neck or anything. Duck cloth will be like canvas, I guess. Felt, velvet, luxurious feel of wool blends, tweeds, think of like an English countryside, a perfect blend of sophistication and comfort. Now, I always think of fall like that. You know, you can wear plaids and suedes and leathers, and I don't think it ever really changes that much.
I'm just going to look for an activewear duck shirt.
Yeah, I think it means duck cloth. I'm just going to assume don't go out and massacre ducks for fashion.
I just thought it was the feathers. That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
true. And I'm glad you said that because the boho look is back again. I'm not sure if that ever really goes away either where you wear the feathers, braids, kind of the hippie kind of thing. Feel for fall is always good, I think. All right, let's move on to hair, Tia.
Okay.
Now, let's discuss hair for a moment.
Boy, let's do.
Okay, if we have new listeners, what is your philosophy on your hair?
Okay, I'm stuck in the 80s. I will never leave the 80s. My hair's jacked to Jesus, and it's going to stay that way. And I don't really care.
That's how you feel your best, your funnest, your prettiest.
Well, no, I wouldn't say all that. It's just the way I do it, and it's just the way I like it, and it just makes me happy. And I know there are people that go, can't believe.
Her mouth dropped open.
I think they heard me breathe.
Yeah, probably.
Because even my great nephew, like when he first sees me, his eyes get about as big as silver dollars. Like, what's on her head?
And how old is he?
He's what? He just turned 4 months.
4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. So 4 months, a 4-month-old recognizes that your hair is this awesome.
No, he realizes, what's on her head? Shall I play with it? Shall I bounce it? I don't know.
That. I love that because it's kind of like he's got this image of his great aunt, this halo of beautiful golden hair. Well, I've got good news for you. I don't know if it's good news for you, Tia, since you don't care one way or the other about that, but it's actually in now. The big hair, the fluffy hair, the Farrah Fawcett hair, layers.
Stop.
Yes, and people look much better that way, I think. I mean, let's say 90% of women look prettier, sexier, younger, with bigger hair, fluffy hair, movable hair, hair that looks flowy and
mine
touchable.
doesn't move.
Well, it looks like it could.
Okay.
It looks like you could run your hair through it, even though you could not run your hair. You'd break a fingernail. Your hair looks touchable.
Take scissors to get you out of my hair.
My hair's the same way. You can't get your hand through my hair. But, the stick straight, glossy, Kardashian type influence, part in the middle, straight down was in style for a very long time. And I tried to do that to be cool. And I just think 9 times out of 10, a woman looks better with the bigger hair. Not all women can do the big hair. Their hair is thin or it's straight. And that's pretty too. That's acceptable too. But
So that means that the 50s are even coming back.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Remember the beehives?
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen beehives.
Well, I mean, like a teasing in the 50s.
Yeah.
Remember?
I think there's a little teasing going on these days
Oh, yeah.
on the top with the layers, but a lot of bangs.
Another
curtain-
thing
yeah.
I will never get rid of.
You'll always have your bangs. Mm-hmm. And there's a thing called curtain bangs where it's kind of swoops down part in the middle and swoops down. I'm not a big fan of those because it's flat. It's just like parts down there. It's called a butterfly cut. And if you look from the side, it's like bangs almost pasted. And it's in your eyes. I mean, you can't see. I always see these hairdressers on Instagram cut hair and it looks great. And when they're done, it's in their eyes. Now, what do they do when they leave? Like, it's kind of like John Cougar Mellencamp.
I don't know. They can't see.
Yeah, it's not practical.
Then they need to listen to our episode about Oz.
That's true. You get an eye infection with the John Cougar Mellencamp hair. So a lot of layers, movement, big hair, sexy hair, Farrah Fawcett hair, Tia hair, and colors. I think people, if you're going to change your hair by season, you're going to naturally go a little darker in the fall. If you change, if you follow the seasons of haircut, adding a little warm tones, a little root. If you have platinum hair in the summer, add a little darker root to give your hair a base. But you pretty much, you're kind of at the mercy of your hairstylist of how your hair color turns out every time you have it done. But it's generally the same.
It's just generally the same color now, always. I used to have lots of highlights.
It's very expensive to have your hair colored. I've been doing it myself for years, but wow,
Well, you could help a friend here. Just saying.
I just go buy a box at the drugstore and pour it on my head. That's all I do.
Oh.
Yours is kind of
Don't
complicated.
you use brushes? Or do you just...
I do. Sometimes I do highlights, but most of the time I just take the nozzle of the bottle and just...
You really do?
I really do.
Wow.
Yeah. So, earthy browns, warm blondes, rich blacks, with a more focus of looking more natural. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, the colored hair that you see is going to stay around the blues, the reds, the pink, the fuchsia. And I think those can be fun. The fantasy color hair or the rainbow hair. I saw a girl the other day who had, it was a piece of art. It was every color in the rainbow blended together in her hair. It was like, I think it was called a unicorn hair, but I wouldn't be comfortable that way.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's, you want people to look at you. And some people might argue that's not why they do it, and I don't really like for people to stare at me.
Well, you certainly couldn't mismatch your clothing.
That's true. Everything's going to match her.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's fun. Do it. I think there used to be a judgment when you saw somebody with hair like that. You thought they were maybe a little wild, a little weird or what, but now it's acceptable.
It's
any age. It's just...
Well, I don't know that I've ever left to go run errands where I haven't ran into somebody that had different colored hairs.
Yeah, yeah. And if it's done well, it's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So natural or bold, and even pastel shades are coming in. It's like a light pink, a light aqua, a lavender almost look. And using hair pieces, how I used to think you were wearing a hair piece on top of your head, your extra. Mm-hmm. Which is a compliment.
Oh, no, I totally remember that.
These are like braids that you can just clip in. You just want to have a little fun that evening. Just put in a fake.
Like with feathers on them?
Oh, yeah. Going back to
feathers.
the boho. Yeah, duck. That's where the duck comes in.
Okay, you haven't mentioned gray.
Oh, how young people actually color their hair silver.
No, you haven't mentioned is how attractive that is when your hair goes out.
Oh, yeah, the gray roots.
And you go gray. That's...
Well,
is that in or out?
Well, it's this last year I followed a lot of accounts where people were growing out the gray. And that was what their account was about. They called it, silver or sparkle or embracing your gray and not worrying about that line of demarcation that
really
looks so bad. Yeah, just embrace it. It's going to take years to grow out. Just go ahead and accept it. And gray was acceptable. This year they're not mentioning gray or silver.
Okay, but I think when you have pretty gray hair, like I've got friends that have beautiful gray. My grandmother had beautiful, beautiful gray hair. Mm-hmm. If my gray was like that, I'd just let her go, Willard.
Yeah.
And just let it be.
Yeah. So what is your
Extra
idea?
and
Like
all.
more of a platinum color? Or do you like it the darker gray, like a salt and peppery?
A silky gray. my gray comes out. Okay, do you know what Brillo pads are?
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Yeah. Gray hair naturally is more coarse.
It's
and
extremely...
frizzy. Yeah.
And mine is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if it's uneven, like there's one patch, there's a big white patch, and then it's darker over here, if it's not like uniform. But again, that's what you like. That's what you want to do, rock it. And it gets harder and harder for me to color my hair. You know, it's like, ugh, I don't want to do it again. And it's very expensive. If I could snap my fingers and my hair like it is be gray, and I looked and I liked it, I would stay that way. It's that growing process.
Yes.
Yeah. I think if I could go live in the woods in a cabin alone for like 5 years.
It would take that for...
Yeah.
Because your hair is so long, it would take that long for it to get all gray.
Yeah, and then I could emerge a
Yeah.
silver fox.
It's exactly what everybody would call you.
Yeah, I have friends with gorge. I mean, I almost think that they're coloring their hair, and I finally ask them, and they're like, no, this is my natural silver color. So
Yeah.
yeah, my mother has almost like Marilyn Monroe hair now, and she used to have the salt and pepper, and she didn't like that, but eventually it got lighter and lighter and lighter, and now you would think she's blonde, you know, like a real platinum blonde. So, but whatever you like is
Well,
what I
she's
think.
lucky.
Yeah. Okay, the gradient and the ombre effect, where you fade from one color to the next, is still in. Again, very expensive. So I think just do your thing. Do your thing. But bangs are in. If you've ever thought, I want to try bangs, this is the year. Just remember, it's a commitment. And you wake up and your bangs are sticking out sometimes. You know, if you have one length hair, you don't worry so much about the bang situation. And it also... it has to be upkept. You know, you have to... of course, you could probably trim your own bangs. You don't have to go to the salon. Do you trim your own?
Yes, I twist them and then cut them.
Just a little bit. Just when it starts to bug you, you cut your bangs. Yeah.
When I start, I'm like, can't see.
Yeah, that's
You know,
the problem.
just for fun.
Yeah.
That's a problem. What I don't understand when people have bangs and they have them to here.
Oh, way, way, way short.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of having a bang?
Yeah, it's a look. It's a look.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 20s look. I'm curious. I'm going to Google face shape bangs. Okay. I don't like when people say, you shouldn't get bangs because of this or this, but all face shapes can wear the curtain bangs, which are the ones I was talking about that kind of swoop down. Round face, side swept, and grown out bangs. So if you're round faced, and this is just what the experts say, we're not telling you to do this, but I think a side part, you know, the side part's been out for a while. It's the middle part. If you were side part, you were out of it. But I think side part's more attractive because it breaks up the face. You know, it's not like just this straight thing in the middle of your head. Well, you wear side bang. But side bang is good for round faces.
Mine are straight across.
Well, I mean, you've got kind of a side part.
Oh,
side
okay.
part. Yeah, you're right. You are straight across. Square face is the Hepburn bangs and wispy bangs. That's kind of like you were talking about Audrey Hepburn, where they're a little more short and curled under. And little wisps hanging down. Rectangle face, straight across bangs. I don't think that would be the opposite. Oval face, long side swept bangs. Heart-shaped face, rounded bangs and blunt bangs. Diamond face, micro bangs, which is probably what you're talking about, like the little short. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the little short bangs. It looks like an accident.
It doesn't.
It looks like the little kids that come into my Sunday school class.
See, look what I did.
Exactly. Like, oh, your kid cut her hair, didn't she? Of course, it's usually sideways, too. We've all rocked the sideways too short bangs that our moms did for us. All right, let's move on, Tia, to music. Now, music's a big part of my life in that I really, when I'm doing anything, I turn on music or a podcast. I have to have some kind of sound when I'm in the car or cleaning the house, or I don't like silence. Maybe that's a thing for a therapist that I need to talk to you about. But I generally don't like silence. What about you as far as music goes? Is that a big part of your world?
I love music. Music speaks to me a lot. And it doesn't really matter. It's the lyrics that mean more to me than anything.
Okay. All right. So as far as new music trends, did you watch the Grammys last time they were on?
Oh, of course I did.
Were there a lot of people that you didn't know the names? You heard the names, you were like, who?
Not on the hip hop special. I knew pretty much every one of them.
Yeah. But like Best New Artist, do you think you know?
No. Did not.
Me either. And that's where I'm slipping on my staying cool. I like all genres of music, and my Spotify playlist is just I hear a song and think, oh yeah, I love that song, and I'll add it to my playlist. It's every genre in the world. I think you're kind of the same way, aren't you? You listen to every type of music.
I don't like hard rock.
Hard rock. Okay.
Or acid rock. I don't know. I pretty much stick to like contemporary Christian or I like party music.
Yeah.
That makes me want to dance.
From all eras.
Yes.
70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s even. And a lot of times I'll like a song and add it to my list, and I really couldn't tell you who it was. I just heard it and thought, ooh, I like that, you know. They're doing Grammy predictions, and this is Billboard Magazine's Grammy predictions for the coming year.
Oh, wow.
Let's see how many of these we know.
Okay, guess what?
What?
I'm going to fail horribly.
I am too.
No, I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding either, Tia. This is where we need to up our cool factor. These are the 2025 Grammy predictions.
Okay.
Well, Beyonce.
I know her.
Yeah, we all know her, and she's kind of like Madonna or Cher. Everybody knows who they are. Even if you don't listen to their music, they're just legends.
Right.
You know, so we're always going to know them.
Taylor.
Yeah, of course, Taylor, yeah. But Beyonce had the new country album, and they think that she will win Album of the Year. I've only heard that one song, which, you know, I'm not really a fan of it. But have you listened to, I know you listen to some country music.
I haven't listened to that album.
That album is called Cowboy Carter. Sabrina Carpenter. Could you pick her out of a lineup?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I've heard the name, and I've probably heard the song, but I don't know the name in the song, and I couldn't tell you what she looks like. But her 6th album is due out August the 23rd.
Her 6th?
Her 6th.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I guess it's called pop music. You know, there's really not rock and roll anymore that I know of, but except maybe for classic rock. But maybe we'll see some here. I may be speaking out of turn, but Billie Eilish.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan
You know,
at all.
It's not the style of music you like? Or
I just don't care for her music.
don't you think her voice is incredible, though? I think we've had this conversation before, and you're like, no.
No, I don't.
I love her voice.
I know you do.
I have a few of her songs on my playlist, and I could pick her out. You know, she's got a very distinctive look. She's very influential and has been very successful. She's got a new album called Hit Me Hard and Soft. It's her 3rd album, and they're thinking that will probably win some Grammys. Ariana Grande has her 7th album coming out. You know who that is,
Oh,
right?
of course I do.
Yeah, Ponytail Girl.
Mm-hmm.
She found a look and stuck with it, didn't she?
She
Speaking of
did.
hairstyles. And I bet she has hairline breakage from the pulling of the ponytail. I have that from my little bun.
You don't think that's extensions?
It could be.
Okay.
Could be now.
Because
but
I've
she still pulls
seen-
her hair back real tight.
Right.
Maybe she has
She has a really pretty face.
She is gorgeous and very her voice is incredible. Have you ever seen her on the Tonight Show imitate famous singers? She can sing like anybody.
Yeah.
If she wants to.
I saw that on Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, she is so talented. They think her album will be nominated this year. So we know her. Okay, I'm probably not even going to say this right. Chapel Roan, or it could be Chapel. Chappellroan. You know you're old when you don't know if a band name is a person or the band name. Like Leonard Skinner. I don't know, I've never seen him. You know, I can remember older people saying that. That's a band, Mom. It's not a person. So I don't know. Have you ever heard of Chapel Roan?
No.
Okay. This singer, okay, so it is a person. This singer's debut album arrived last September. The first debut album by a woman pop artist to receive Album of the Year nod since Olivia Rodrigo. Speaking of Olivia Rodrigo, do you know her music?
No.
Okay, she's very popular too. So we'll watch out for Chapel Roan, and I'm sure there's young people. We do have young people who listen to you. 40% of our listeners are 35 to 44, which to me is
I bet you $1,000 are rolling their eyes at us right now.
it could be Chapel, but I'm going to say Chapel. Okay, now I know you know this guy, Chris Stapleton.
Of course.
He has an album, Higher. It's his 5th studio album, It would be the second to be nominated. If it is nominated, they're predicting it will be. Are you a fan?
Huge fan. I love his voice just because it sounds like no other.
Yeah, he's country, right?
Yeah, he's country, but I mean, some of his music crosses genres.
Okay, so a lot of country to me is what pop music used to be.
Well, I mean,
Or
his
contemporary.
duet with Pink.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he did that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll look out for that. And we knew that. Well, Tia, I mean, I've heard the name Chris Stapleton, but I don't know if I've ever heard his music. Like, what's a big hit of his?
Smooth as Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, Tennessee Whiskey. That's one of my favorite songs. Okay.
Well, his rendition of it, well, you'll just want to just go, wow.
Okay, I've probably heard it. I probably have. All right, Taylor Swift. I think I've heard of Taylor Swift.
No, we know we've heard of her.
I mean, she's a phenomenon. She's just, I don't know the statistics, I don't have them in front of me, but everybody knows who Taylor Swift. I think you could go to a nursing home and say, have you heard of Taylor Swift?
And they go, yeah.
Yeah.
Jam to her every night.
So this would be her.
Shake it off.
Shake it. No, don't shake it. Don't shake it, Granny. You'll break something. But this will be her 7th album to be nominated for Best Album if it's nominated. So, Tyla. Tyla. You familiar with Tyla?
Oh, you're not just pronouncing Taylor a different way? No.
No. She's a South African singer. Her song Water. It's very popular. She's a beautiful girl. I was looking at a picture here earlier. All right. So we did kind of okay. I don't know. What would you think? Half and half?
I think you did better than I did.
All right. So I think in the music category, Tia, we need to maybe download some music and just see if we like it. I mean, open our minds to new music. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Listeners, I mean, why not? All you got to do is turn it off if you don't like it.
Right.
All right. Let's move on to improve our coolness. Do you feel cooler already by learning this stuff?
You have no idea. Totally.
Okay, quickly we'll go through food because that's kind of a weird thing to have new food. But basically the trends are switching over to plant-based or even bug-based protein, which I'm not on board with the crickets. What about you?
I know you just didn't ask me that, did you?
It's a big trend, yeah.
Well, it's going to have to stay one, and I'm not going to participate.
Cricket burgers
Oh,
are becoming mainstream. Legumes and beans in place of meat, which I like beans and legumes. I'm for that. But I'm not for calling things meat. I mean, even here if you're listening on Spotify, there's a commercial for plant-based meat. And meat is animals to me. This is a hot take, maybe. Plants is plants.
Right.
Call it a plant patty. Call it a veggie burger. Don't call it a meat burger.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't care how cool it is. I will never accept crickets or plants as meat. We refuse. That's where we draw the line. Misfit market, which I think is good. There's a trend to not have pretty produce, have real produce. Because they engineer that produce in the grocery stores to look bright colored, perfectly shaped, the same sizes. It's all engineered, genetically modified. And it's also old a lot of times, like especially apples. Scientists can tell how old an apple is on a shelf, by cutting it open and studying it. And they can tell you the little amount of nutrition that's left after it's been made its travels from where it came from, another country, whatever, by the time it winds up on your shelves, because they've treated it with stuff that makes it last and appear to be fresh longer, but you're not getting that nutritional value. So there's a thing called Misfits Market where the grocery stores have rejected that food when they saw it because of the way it looked, but it's actually good and fresh. So it costs less because of the way it looks, but it's fresher, it's newer. And we don't get anything for subscribing to Misfit Market, but they send you like a box of what they've got that's fresh and in season, non-engineered, but it may not look pretty. The apples may be different sizes. The squash may be weird and twisted and not pretty and engineered to look like a drawing. What do you think about that trend?
Why don't you just go to your local farmer's market?
I think that's a great solution. And maybe some people don't have access to it.
Or, if your grocery stores that you shop in start like carrying Mystic Market.
Misfit.
Misfit.
Yeah, they're misfits because of the way they look.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even worse. Then buy from them.
Yeah.
But see, like the grocery store I go to, the majority of the time, they carry local produce.
Yeah. There are co-ops that you can go to where people bring stuff that looks funky, but it's fresh out of their garden. It's not, maybe you have to get used to the look that this red delicious apple doesn't look red and delicious, and this one's bigger and this one's smaller and whatever, but it's fresh. It hasn't been through all that coloring and the wax and all that kind of stuff. So I'm into that trend myself.
The eggplant Greg let grow entirely too long, and we could barely pick it up.
Yeah. That probably wouldn't taste good.
No, probably
Yeah, that would be a
not.
little mealy, probably. And umami is going to stick around. You know what umami is? Not your mommy. Umami. Mm-hmm. All right. You have sweet, you have sour, salty, and bitter flavors of food. Umami is a Japanese word created in the 1900s. Translated, it means delicious, rich flavor, pleasant, and savory. And it kind of became popular in the early 2000s. But it's going to be a trend in restaurants more and in recipes because salty, I'm showing Tia a diagram of a tongue. I'll put in our show notes where you taste things. Salty is you taste just on the tip of your tongue. So it's an initial reaction. It's not something that you savor inside your mouth. It's just the end of your tongue. Sweet goes a little bit further back, but you can see not the majority of your taste buds experience sweet. Bitter is in the back of your tongue. Sour is on the sides, but umami is that's like 3/4 of your tongue. So it's a rich experience. If you're a foodie into flavors and all that, I'm really not. I wouldn't call myself a foodie. I just like to, I'm hungry, I want to get full. But
That's what I am.
okay.
And I honestly thought you were trying to say edamame.
Edamame, yeah. Those are good too. I was afraid you thought I was insulting your mom. Your mommy.
Oh. I didn't.
So tomatoes, savory things, rich dishes are going to be in at restaurants. And experience your entire tongue. Let your entire tongue have fun, I guess you could say. Wow. Okay. And delivered meals, like a continuing trend will be meal delivery kits. And I think maybe this is more for young people and maybe even elderly because it's convenient. It's a meal that's already prepped that you put into the oven. And then like HelloFresh, you actually get the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to do all the prep, but it's like you don't have a huge container of some weird spice that you wouldn't normally have. They send you enough of that spice for that meal. It doesn't go bad. Home Chef was the most popular, best reviewed of those. If anybody wanted to try those, Factor Meals is third and HelloFresh was second. But they will continue to be an option for people because you go to the grocery store and you spend a lot of money on one recipe, all the stuff you're never going to use again. And produce goes bad when you go buy a whole bag of something. When you just need one lime or whatever, that's the theory of it. And I know my sister has done this a lot. And I had the Factor meal. My sister gave it to me as a gift. And it was so convenient and it was fresh and nice. But I had to eat it within a certain time, whether that's what I was in the mood for or not. But you can go in and pick your meal every week that you want delivered, like a little menu and things like that. So I think it's good for bachelors, probably, who don't know how to cook or don't want to go to the grocery store, that kind of thing. But those will continue to be popular. And you say you've never used those, did you? Now you get some food delivered. You still cook it, but you have like meat delivered or... Didn't you use it? Wasn't it called Schwann's? I don't know if that's just a southern thing.
No, it's called yellow now.
Yellow.
Yeah,
How do
but
you
I
spell
mean, YELLO.
Yellow. Like mellow yellow.
Yeah, and it used to be Swans. I just got an order in the other day because they've got excellent fish, chicken, skinless boneless breasts like chicken, like cubes that you can put over rice or put in your salad.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely delicious. Their vegetables are wonderful. They have a whole category of Live Smart. Everything in there is low sodium. It's excellent for your health. So
it's all stuff that you have to cook. It's not prepared meals.
right, you have to cook it.
Okay,
Right.
that's good.
Or microwave it,
Yeah.
which is very convenient.
Sure. Okay. So you are cool in the food category. And finally, Tia, we're going to talk about phrases that we could just kind of use in front of our young family members and impress them or confuse them. I don't know.
Okay.
Some of these I think you can guess. Vibing.
What?
Vibing. I'm just vibing. I mean, I think we've used that. Have you ever used vibing?
No. Does that mean like I'm getting what you're saying?
I think so. Like,
Or hanging?
yeah. Let's read it.
Okay. Let's
Because my
do-
guess would be, like you said, like, yeah, I'm vibing. I get it. I'm cool with it. I'm
Yeah.
chilling with it. You know.
I'm down with it.
Yeah, because I think that was an old word that was used maybe in the 60s, maybe in the hippie days.
Oh, I just was remember wanting like I'm not getting a really good vibe off
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. So a vibe is your feeling. It's your
Yeah.
vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah. While vibing isn't the newest slang term on the block, it has stood the test of time. It's a versatile word that can be used for everything from people getting along with one another. Yeah, I'm vibing with you, Tia. To enjoying a new snack. I'm really vibing with this flavor combination. So, the next time your niece comes up and y'all go out to dinner, say, I'm really vibing with this steak.
And then she'll say, TT, why are you talking so weird? I'm not kidding.
You're probably right.
She would. Because she would know that that's not something my Aunt TT would say.
All right, maybe skip the vibing. Okay, I like this one, and I feel like this one is just kind of made for me. Delulu. What do you think that means?
Oh, wacko?
Thanks a lot.
No, I mean, not you. I don't know what delulu means.
Delulu. It's short for delusional. And you can say that to me now. Like, Dena, you didn't see a cat dog. You're totally delulu.
Okay, well then, why wouldn't you just say delusional?
Because delulu's funner, don't you think?
Okay, well,
I think it should be my new nickname.
well, it's a lot more fun than wacko.
This is considered the most widely used slang term of recent months. Delulu originated in the K-pop community. Speaking of music, I'm not into the K-pop. Are you? Like,
Well, since I don't know what it is, probably not.
it's boy bands from Asian countries.
Oh no!
They're all really pretty and, they're kind of
Yeah.
like NSYNC, but from Asian countries. But they're really pop. That's really a trend. But I guess we're too old. If we were young, we might think, oh, they're cute. Okay, there are many uses for delulu. It can be applied to any situation where you feel somebody's being entirely unrealistic. You'll be using this one, I suspect.
I know. I'm sad about it too.
Coded. I have no idea. What do you think?
Coded?
Coded.
You've got your pass to get into work.
I would think it would mean, how someone dies and it's like code.
Oh.
They've coded. That's what I would think. Like, I'm dead. I'm coded.
Well,
but let's
of
see what it
course.
means. You would refer to something as being X-coded, X-coded, when it shares traits with something else. For example, if you have a friend who's always excited to be out and about like an overzealous puppy, you might say they're golden retriever coded. You can switch it in pretty much anything that sums up the essence of a person. All right. I could use that. I'm trying to think what you would be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were angry, you could be, well, she's pit bull coded.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of acting like a pit bull. I kind of like that.
I mean, you would totally be unicorn coded.
I like that. I'm delulu and unicorn coded. All right, Roman Empire. Now, I've heard this used a lot on TikTok and Instagram, and I kind of got the gist of it, but I don't understand the reference. But my Roman Empire is this. So this one circulated as a trend on TikTok, as I said, stemming from many people's surprise that men seem to frequently think about the Roman Empire.
What?
Ah. From there, a person's Roman Empire began to mean something they just can't stop thinking about. Wow. You need to ask Greg if he ever thinks about the Roman Empire.
No, because if he says yes, then I'll be very afraid. And I'll say, well, you're Delulu.
He's Caesar coded.
And you're orangutan coded.
So they actually did ask men, have you ever think about the Roman Empire? And they're like, how did you know? How did you know? Now, what is that? It's so strange in itself. But so my Roman Empire would be the cat dog. I can't stop thinking about the cat dog and trying to solve what the cat dog is. Yours might be, what would your Roman Empire be? What do you?
But I can help you with the cat dog. It's a Cody.
We'll see. So just instead of saying I can't stop thinking about this, you say my Roman Empire is whatever it might be. All right, altered my brain chemistry. What do you think that might be? That altered my brain chemistry.
Too much to drink.
I would think, and I haven't read it yet, I would think it would mean like messed me up, shocked me, messed up my brain chemistry. That's what I would think. We'll see what it is. If something has a profound impact on you, you can say that it altered your brain chemistry. Another versatile one, this one can be used in a more significant context. That breakup altered my brain chemistry, or a lighthearted situation. This pizza altered my brain chemistry. It was so good. Blew my mind is what.
Me too.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Altered my brain chemistry is a lot of words, but if you want to be cool, Tia.
Well, I don't want to be that cool.
Okay. Beige flag. Beige flag. Beige flag. Well, like a red flag is alert. That's a
Right.
red flag. Green flag would mean, I feel like it's okay to go. What would a beige flag be?
It's time to rest.
Are you just saying it's time to rest, or is that your guess?
No, that's my guess.
Okay. From the makers of green flag and red flag, we present to you the beige flag. These are meant to signify or flag certain behaviors. Unlike its colorful counterparts, the beige flag refers to characteristics that might be slightly out of the ordinary, but are ultimately unremarkable. Does your friend eat a pizza with a knife and fork? That's unconventional, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just a beige flag. It's worth mentioning that beige flags are subjective. Like taking a fork to a pizza might be a red flag to you. So if I went out on a date, I almost said if you went on a date. If I went out on a date for the first time and I came back and told you he did this, you'd say, Dena, that's a red flag. But if I said this kind of bugged me, you'd say, nah, I think that's a beige flag. It's kind of weird, but...
Okay, I'm a beige flag. I eat pizza with a fork and a knife.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
That's weird.
Oh. I'm Delulu.
Yeah. So I kind of get that beige flag. I could see where that could be used in a conversation like, oh, you're kind of overreacting. I mean, that is kind of weird that he did that, but it's not a red flag. It's a
How would
beige
you
flag.
say, it's not a deal breaker?
It's not a deal breaker. Yeah. Okay, we'll switch it to beige flag if you want to be cool. Side quest.
Side quest?
Mm-hmm.
Got anything to do with kick? Side kick?
Sidekick. I would think it would be like if you're on a quest, like you and I go on a quest to go get something we need. Let's say we need something for the podcast, a computer part. But I go off and do this and say, oh, let's get this while we're here. That would be a side quest. It got us off our mission, which you're not good with side quests.
No.
You like to stay on your quest. Now, that's my guess, so let's see. Video game terminology is definitely having a moment with various words borrowed from the word of gaming being thrown into conversation. Side quest refers to deviating from a scheduled mission. Okay, so that's basically it. If you plan to go to a grocery run, but you see a pet store on the way and end up buying a fish, you went on a little side quest. I'd call that ADD.
This is so you doing that.
In the room with us we're running out of time, so we won't guess anymore. We'll just say what they are so people can be cool. This one stems from questioning someone's perception of a certain situation. If you see a video of someone saying they love their new green sweater, but from your end the sweater is clearly red, you may ask, is this green sweater in the room with us? Okay, I have seen this used, like, let's say a girl's on TikTok and she's saying, this is my handsome boyfriend and all my girls are jealous and da-da-da-da-da because he's so hot. Somebody might say, is this hot guy in the room with us right now? Because I'm not seeing a hot guy.
Oh.
Yeah. So I could might use that. I could see. It's kind of a passive-aggressive, smart aleck thing to say.
It's really smart aleck, for sure.
Yeah. Is it in the room with us? Yeah, I'm going to use that. And finally, mother, which I have no idea.
Mother.
I mean, you might call somebody a mother if they're like have a mothering nature. I could see maybe doing that. Mother
A pearl.
Mother pearl. Mother quality, like mother energy. I could think that's what I would think it means, but let's see what it means. Where people once referred to a person they admire as queen, hey queen, they now often refer to the word mother instead. If someone's a big fan of Lady Gaga, they may say, she is literally mother. This one is most commonly used for celebrities or public figures that can be applied to anyone in your life. So like a matriarch, I guess someone you really look up to, that she's my, I guess like mother figure, but not literally, but just the ultimate. She's the mother.
I would just say they're just fire.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, if I call somebody mother, in the 90s, M-U-T-H-A, that would not be a compliment.
No.
He's a mother. She's a mother.
No.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll be using that one. Okay, I kind of liked a few of those, so we'll try to incorporate those into our life. You guys listening? Incorporate them the next time your kid is in the car with you and just see what they do. And I will have a link to this article so you can go back, because I've already forgotten them all.
I have too. And so that's what I was thinking. I'm going to have to write them all down.
Have little flashcards. Yeah. Hold a minute. That is so mother. There is one that I like that wasn't on this list. It's Riz, R-I-Z-Z. Yeah, have you heard that used?
I have.
Risen people up. Well, he's really risen her up, and they've got the Riz. It can be used in different forms. What do you think it means?
Like, cool?
Yeah, it comes from
Got
charisma. They've got the
Oh.
charisma. They got the charm. I kind of like that.
I do too.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Riz me up with all that charm? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Riz. Are you trying to riz? Are you risen? Watch him riz. Okay. I like that one. Now I'm starting to sound like an idiot. So, okay. So some of those sound weird. We wouldn't use them. But Tia, do you recall these slangs that we used to use? Gag me with a spoon.
Yes.
Gnarly. So
Yes.
eat my shorts.
No.
That was a Bart Simpson thing. I remember that. Bodacious.
Yes.
Radical.
Yes.
Grody.
No.
I remember when Grody took over gross. It was Grody to say gross. At one time, you were supposed to say Grody. Tubular.
No.
Radical.
Yes, we said that one.
Tubular is good. Like, it's
But
totally
the radical
tubular.
now is just rad.
Yeah. And chill.
Chill.
Yeah, chill's like popping. So we all have our eras where we say our things that sound funny to other people, but I kind of like how generations come up with sayings and how they get around. Like one person had to come up with saying Riz for charisma, and now it's all over the world. And that's just so strange to me how that happens. Yeah.
I know.
I tried one time to start a joke because I've always wondered, how do jokes get started? I don't remember what it was, but I'd never heard it again, so it did not catch
Are
on.
you trying to riz me?
Always, honey, always.
Oh, no.
Woo!
You tried to start a joke.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I thought, I'm going to tell it to you. You tell it to somebody, and let's see if it comes back around all over the world. But it didn't work. It didn't work. Probably wasn't funny. All right, so what have we learned? What have we learned? What have we learned today?
I've learned about what's the new styling trends are going to be. I've learned about what a lot of people are going to use as food services that I'm probably not going to use.
I'm not going to eat bugs.
Yeah, I will not eat plant or cricket anything.
Feel free, guys, if that's your thing.
Yes,
do
please
it. Go for it.
do.
It's your body.
Rock on. And,
Velvet, Western fringe.
Yes.
Bangs. Your hair's in style. Everybody wants to be like Tia now.
No.
Music, we need to brush up on our music.
Yes, we do.
Get ready for the Grammys. And slang. We've picked up a few. I'm going to use Riz. And a few others. Like I say, I've forgotten more.
We just need some time to, let it settle with us.
Yeah. But we will know, and listeners, you'll know next time you hear those words. You'll know what they are.
And, of course, you'll use one, and I'll probably go, what?
Are you Delulu?
That's probably the only one I'm going to remember is Delulu. Wow.
All right. I thought this was fun. I think we should do this periodically and keep up with what's going on because things change, constantly changing.
I absolutely do.
Okay. All right. We hope you guys had fun. We hope you learned a little. And I will have links to all of these trending things.
Especially the tongues.
Yes.
With
yes,
all
the picture of the tongues
yes,
of the taste
with the bitter and the salty and the that's cool.
With your mama or mommy. Your mommy.
Your mommy.
Your mommy. All right, let's get out of here, Tia, and let's stay cool. You stay cool.
Okay, you stay cool.
All right, I will if you will.
Okay, I'm
All
going
right, we'll make each other stay cool.
Okay.
All right, I love you.
I love you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We would love to hear from you.
Leave your questions or comments on our voicemail by visiting our website at denaandtia.com. Your message may be played on the show.
You can find our Instagram and Facebook links there too.
Again, that's denaandtia.com.
Thanks for listening.